Hello everyone, this is Colleen Lemma, angelic astrologer and spiritual consultant with angelmessenger.net, here to do your weekly angel card reading for Monday, October 6th through Sunday, October 12th, 2014. So this week in October is a big week because we're heading towards a full moon lunar eclipse, which happens on October 8th. And this is powerful energies, intense energies. But let's back up and look at what happens before then. Now, last week we just had Mercury turning to retrograde motion on Saturday, which would have been the 4th of October. Now, Mercury went retrograde at 2 degrees of Scorpio, which is a sign that deals with our sense of power. It deals with our desires and what we truly want. Really having to dig down deep and understand what our truth really is. Now, Mercury is going to retrograde through the month of October back into the sign of Libra, which is the sign of partnerships. And Libra is the sign of the month because that's where the sun is right now. As we move into Tuesday, the 7th of October, the sun, which is in Libra, is going to be opposing Uranus, which is in Aries. And Uranus in Aries is about freedom and being the rebel and starting off on a new path and blazing a new trail and throwing off all limitations. And so when you have the sun in Libra opposing that, I'd really say just expect the unexpected. You really don't know what you're going to get with Uranus. It could be about relationship matters to where people just want to break free and be more independent. It doesn't necessarily mean the relationship's got to end, but there's more of a sense of independence going on with one or both parties in the relationship. The other thing is that, again, with Uranus and not really knowing how it's going to act because it's about change and redirection, it could really bring a change, whether seemingly for the good or whether seemingly not for the good in relationship matters. All you can be sure is that change is in the air and things that you least expect may happen. So just be prepared for that. Now, we also have that grand trine in fire that I spoke of in the monthly angel card reading, which is Mars in Sagittarius. Of course, we have Uranus in Aries, and then we have Jupiter in Leo, and they're all forming this wonderful, powerful grand trine energy, which is a lot of fire, a lot of passion, a lot of forward movement. And it's we want to push forward and we want to move forward and we want to make changes, and changes seem to be just on the brink of happening. But of course, we're in this Mercury retrograde, and Mercury still kind of being at a standstill since it just went retrograde on Saturday the 4th. Hasn't really picked up speed yet. And since it's retrograde, we're having to review and reevaluate where we're at in our lives, where we're going next in our lives, and contemplate different aspects, whether it be home and family, career, romantic relationships, partnerships. We're contemplating and reevaluating all these different aspects of our lives and what we really desire deep down, where we want to go with things, how we want to bring things into balance, because Libra is that sign of balance. So again, as Mercury is retrograding and goes back into Libra, which is actually later this week on Friday the 10th of October, Mercury finally moves back from 2 degrees Scorpio, 1 degree, 0 degrees Scorpio, and it moves back into Libra on Friday. Then we're going to have the next 2.5, 3 weeks after that, while it's retrograde, to do a lot of contemplation about different areas of our life and how to bring things back into balance within ourselves and even in our environment and our environmental circumstances in different areas of our lives. Now, let's go back to the 8th of October, because this is the full moon lunar eclipse. It happens at 6:51 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time, so it's in the morning as far as in the United States on the East Coast. And this is powerful energies. Whenever you have eclipse energies, it takes that full moon energy and it heightens it. And it really makes things happen. Now, that eclipse energy, it can make things happen right then and there, but it also is in effect for up to months afterwards, that whenever another planet hits the degree of that eclipse later on, it kind of pushes things into motion or has more surprising developments that take place. So this full moon lunar eclipse energy is going to be active for quite a while, not just at the time that it happens. But it does occur at 15 degrees of Aries. The sun will be at 15 degrees of Libra. So again, we're dealing with the balance of self versus others, me versus partnerships, and just new beginnings, which is Aries, as well as balancing or keeping balance in our lives with all the other things. It's like me versus my career, me versus my relationships, me versus my family. You know, it's keeping all these other energies around us in balance with who we are and what it is that we need and desire. Now, on the very same day of this full moon lunar eclipse, Wednesday, we have Venus, the planet of love, relationships, partnerships, which is in Libra, and it's in a challenging aspect to Pluto, meaning that transformation is in the air, because Pluto rules death and rebirth. It rules transformation. It rules transmuting old negative energies or belief systems or patterns that are no longer in our highest and best interest. And so there's going to be, you know, that can be a challenging energy. It's a challenging aspect, but it can bring things to the greater good or for the greater benefit of all concerned. So don't look at it as a negative, because also on that same day of the eclipse and Venus in this challenging aspect to Pluto, we have Mars making its exact trine to Jupiter. And we talked again earlier about that grand trine in fire. Sagittarius, or excuse me, Mars is in Sagittarius, Jupiter's in Leo. And this is when the Mars-Jupiter trine becomes exact. Now, Mars exactly trined Uranus. I think it was on Sunday, of the 6th of October, so just the end of the last week's reading. So this kind of completes that grand trine energy. It completes that forward momentum. And, you know, again, it inspires us to move forward. It inspires us to create in our mind and through our visualizations where it is we want to go and where we want to expand ourselves in our lives. Now again, Friday the 10th, Mercury retrogrades back into Libra. And then on Saturday the 11th, we have Venus, again, that planet of love and relationships. Now it also rules money and finances, and it's going to be in an opposition to Uranus. So remember, towards the beginning of the week, Tuesday, we had the Sun opposing Uranus. Now here on Saturday the 11th, we have Venus opposing Uranus. So this is a week of surprises, it's a week of intensity, it's a week of redirection, it's a week of change. Between all of these aspects going on, and the full moon lunar eclipse, and Mercury retrograde, you can be sure that there's a lot of changes both within ourselves, transformation within ourselves, and changes in our outer circumstances as well, because when you have oppositions, like with the Sun opposite Uranus on Tuesday and Venus opposite Uranus on Saturday, those oppositions always play out with other people or organizations or other situations in our lives. So it's like we reflect from other people, or we reflect from these other situations the energies that are being shown. So, powerful week. Now this week, as far as the cards are concerned, we're going to be using Doreen Virtue's Angel Tarot deck. We're going to choose a special message card because it's such a powerful week. We're going to choose one special message card from Messages from the Angels by Doreen Virtue, and then your specific special message card, depending on what stone of choice you choose, is going to come from the Goddess Guidance Oracle cards, also by Doreen Virtue. Now I have to say, when I was shuffling all the different cards and meditating on the week before I started the video, this card right here flew out of the deck from the Angel Tarot deck. So I put it back here. I asked the angels and guides if this was a special message for everyone. They said yes. So I put it back here, and we'll look at that as well. Now your stones of choice for this week. I chose spheres for this week because to me spheres are a powerful energy, and just by looking at how a sphere is, I mean, it's a circle, you can imagine that the energy from a sphere is emanating out equally in proportion in all different directions. And I felt like this would be especially good for us this week with that full moon lunar eclipse, because we want to expand our energies out in all different directions equally at the same time. Now, the different types of spheres, though, that you have to choose from, we have a smoky quartz crystal sphere. And the smoky quartz crystal sphere is good for grounding. It's good for manifestation. So to me, this vibrates to the root chakra, which deals with issues of security. It deals with finances. It deals with your living situation, how secure you feel, with the different areas of your life, how secure you feel within yourself. So again, this is smoky quartz, kind of root chakra protection also, as well as security issues. The second sphere to choose from is amber. And amber is that golden yellow energy. This is almost such a deep golden yellow that it's almost an orange color. But this is going to be vibrating to the solar plexus chakra. Now the angels are saying to also include the sacral chakra here. So we have issues of your sense of power, owning your power, so self-empowerment. We also have issues of creative self-expression with the sacral chakra. So that's your second stone of choice. And then your third sphere to choose from is, actually it's ametrine. It looks a lot like amethyst, which it mostly is, but it's got some citrine in it. So the ametrine is going to be crown chakra energies, expanding to higher consciousness energies, opening up to divine guidance energies, and divine direction, and a little bit of that citrine, which still deals with also your sense of power. So again, your stones of choice: the smoky quartz sphere, the amber sphere, and the ametrine sphere. So let's go ahead and choose our cards for the week. We're going to give these a shuffle, and we're going to ask all of the angels, guides, master guides, teachers, and healers of the light to come in and bring forth whatever messages, wisdom, and knowledge is in everyone's highest and best interest to know for this week, October 6th through October 12th. Okay, and asking for clear guidance. No, not that one. This one here wants to come out. Okay, and then lastly, looks like this one here. Alright, so let's go ahead and take a look at, let's go ahead and choose our one special message card for everyone from the messages from the angels. So whatever message everyone needs to have for this week of October 6th through October 12th. We'll put that one back here with that other card that flew out of the deck. And now we'll go ahead and take a look at what the messages of the week say. Well, this starts out with a fire card, and I'm not surprised because this is going to be a week of intense energies. This is the Knight of Fire, and it says passionate, adventurous, self-assured, and restless. It says a sudden event that needs immediate attention. Time is of the essence, although it says to think things through carefully. So that's interesting because it's almost a dual message. This is really fast movement, fast energy, something quick that comes in. But at the same time, it's saying, and they're saying Mercury's retrograde. So still, even though this energy comes in fast, and even though it needs your attention quickly, and even though you might need to make a quick decision, also try to take your time as much as you can because Mercury's retrograde, and think it through. Think of what your options are. Think of what would be in your highest and best interest and the highest and best interest of everyone concerned. Again, this is fast-moving energy. It reminds me of this Mars trining Jupiter aspect that we talked about earlier. It also reminds me of the Uranus, with the Sun opposing Uranus at the beginning of the week and Venus opposing Uranus at the end of the week. There's just a lot of what do I want to say? I almost want to use the word scattered energy, but it may feel very scattered and intense with this full moon lunar eclipse. But at the same time, if we meditate and ground ourselves appropriately, and we stay connected to spirit and connected to our heart chakra, we should be able to move forward in a positive way, in a positive manner, making the appropriate choices. But let's see what the next card is so we can get more information. Okay, so this is the Ten of Water. Now, this says, uh, contented and rewarding family life, your emotional and material needs are met, and trustworthy relationships. But what I feel from this is that, along with that Knight of Fire that we started out with, we're dealing with the emotional realm here, okay? So there's going to be a lot of almost chaotic and intense energies that come in here with this Knight of Fire. A lot of quick changing energies, maybe a lot of information that comes in possibly with this Knight of Fire, or redirecting energies would be a better way to say it. And it really deals with I want to say almost like our sense of our sense of joy, happiness, contentment in life. It deals with our emotions. This, to me, the Ten of Water deals with the ultimate of happiness and joy, the ultimate good feelings, you know, the best feelings that you could ever feel in your life. This is kind of the Ten of Water. And I feel like so far we're talking about energies, directing your energies towards, again, what would bring you that joy and happiness? What would bring you that sense of contentment? And I'm also drawn to the fact that it says that your emotional and material needs are met. So there's that opportunity that if we stay balanced during this time of these eclipse energies and all of these astrological happenings this week, that we could bring ourselves a lot of abundance and prosperity and just wonderful feelings in all many different ways. Okay, we have the Knight of Water here to end out the week. And the Knight of Water says emotional, romantic, enthusiastic, contemplative. It says falling in love or wedding proposals, the need to balance emotions, an invitation to a social event. So because this is the month of Libra, and we have a lot of things going on that involve either Libra energy this week, the full moon lunar eclipse being in Aries in Libra, we have Venus in a lot of the aspects this week. I feel like a lot of this is going to be about relationship matters. There's going to be quick and sudden changes and redirections in the realm of how we feel about things, maybe how we feel about our relationships, how we feel about the significant people in our lives, whether it be family, friends, romantic relationships, and how we feel within ourselves. This is also about, again, bringing ourselves a sense of balance and contentment. Whatever it is, to me, it's very good changes, because everything so far this week is signifying very positive and good changes that are coming our way. Let's look at what that card is that jumped out of the deck earlier that I was talking about, and see what that has to say. This is also a very positive card. This is the Six of Earth. And this says gifts of money, time, or effort, new career opportunities, receiving a loan, paying off debts. So this brings, again, our life path and our destiny path, our career and work and abundance and finances into the equation. So what the angels are saying is this time of the full moon lunar eclipse and everything that's happening can really be rearranging a lot of different aspects in our lives, and it can be rearranging them in a very positive way. Now, it might seem intense, it might seem chaotic. There's going to be, like I said, a lot of fiery, passionate energies and change and redirection coming in, but I feel like it all is for the positive. It's all for the good. The number six is about balance, you know, kind of that as above, so below. As you visualize it and intend it, so you can bring it down into earthly manifestation. And of course, this is an earth card, so you really are able to ground that energy and bring it into manifestation, bringing positive relationship matters into your experience, bringing positive financial matters into your experience, bringing positive matters about career, even home and family. But I feel like, again, there's a lot of abundance and prosperity energies that are taking place this week. A lot of blessings. To me, the Six of Earth is about blessings coming to you. As long as you keep your intentions positive, keep your mind focused in the right direction, because that's, really a key as far as empowering ourselves, knowing that we create our own reality. Let's look at what the special message card is for everyone from the angels, messages from the angels deck. Wonderful. This is Astara. This says, you deserve the best. Reach for the stars with your dreams and desires and don't compromise. So compromise stands out to me because that's almost a Libra term. And Libras, when it comes to relationships and partnerships, and again, this can be extended in different areas of your life, but when it comes to Libra energy, they often compromise what they really want for the partner's sake, or for the career's sake, or for the family's sake, or for what they feel is the greater good of all versus themselves. And so this message, again, I'm going to read it. You deserve the best. Reach for the stars with your dreams and desires, and don't compromise, okay? So in other words, it doesn't mean to forget about everybody else's needs, but it means don't compromise your own needs. This is a time with that full moon lunar eclipse in Aries. Aries is the sign of the self. You have to think about yourself. What is it that you desire? What is it that you need, whether it be in relationship, in your career, in your work, in your family, in your finances, within yourself? Reach for that. Know that that is your goal. And again, don't compromise what you need. I think that's a great message. So let's see what your extra special message card is, depending on what stone of choice you chose. So we'll give these a shuffle. And for those of you that chose the smoky quartz sphere, smoky quartz is right here, smoky quartz. Isis, which is interesting because if you look at the background, I decided, and I didn't say this earlier, but I decided to choose Isis in the background because she is about power, and she is about balancing the masculine and the feminine energies, and balancing home and career, and balancing herself with her partnership. And then I also chose the two unicorns because that to me signifies relationship matters. But nonetheless, this is Isis for the smoky quartz people. And it says past life. This situation involves your past life memories. So whatever's going on in your life, in whatever area it seems to be, again, it doesn't matter if it's relationships, career, finances, whatever the issue at hand is, Isis is letting you know this is a past life issue. This is something that goes to the very depths of your soul that you brought forward into this life. It's a situation that needs to be balanced out. It's a situation that you need to pay special attention to. And this powerful energy this week is going to help you to see clearly what needs to be seen so that you can heal and release and let go of any old past belief systems or patterns that might need to be let go, and or to bring forward with you those gifts, talents, and abilities from previous lifetimes to move forward on your path. But either way, powerful energies that comes with Isis. And she says to step into your truth, step into your power, and move forward with that truth and power this week. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay. And then for those of you that chose the amber sphere, okay, I'm seeing this one here. So this is going to be for the amber. This is Mary Magdalene with unconditional love. This says love yourself, others, and every situation, no matter what the outward appearances may be. Now this is very interesting because it's a very different energy than the Isis energy. Isis is about power, and kind of being that iron fist in the velvet glove kind of energy, which is being a gentle power, but a power nonetheless. This, for the amber sphere people, is more about just sending out unconditional love and peace and compassion and forgiveness and acceptance towards any person, any situation, any circumstance, or any energy that is going on in your life right now. Because as you emanate that unconditional love, then you're going to receive that unconditional love back. So this is kind of what you're putting out in the way of that divine feminine energy, you're going to get back. And it's just going to create the best circumstances for you by accepting and forgiving and loving everyone and everything around you. Okay, that's very nice. And then for those of you that chose the ametrine sphere, let's give these a shuffle. Okay, and actually, all right. Is it this one or is it this one? I gotta test these because both of these were kind of standing out here for me. This one, okay, this one, all right. Excuse my silliness, but all right. So this is the one that they said. And this is, I'm gonna say Irene, I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Irene with peace. And it says there is no need to worry as everything is working out beautifully. So what the angels are telling me with this is that even though there's intense energies this week, and everything seems to be it almost seems to be a fast-paced energy, a passionate energy, a let's move forward fast kind of energy. This is saying it's okay. You don't need to push. You don't need to have things like happen all at once or right away. This is about taking your time and letting it unfold naturally. This is about staying in a place of balance and peace. And they're reminding you that it is Mercury retrograde, okay? And even though there's all these intense, fast, forward-moving energies, that it might take until Mercury retrograde is over with, which is towards the end of October, and then moving into November before everything unfolds the way that it should. And that's okay, because it's unfolding naturally, it's unfolding in a balanced way, and it says, again, to release any worries or concerns or anxieties, because it's all going to happen in accordance to how it should. Okay, beautiful. So I hope you've enjoyed this weekly angel card reading. I want to thank all of you for your support, your kindness, your good positive messages, for sending your comments on YouTube and on Facebook. Thank you so much. I appreciate all of you, each and every one of you. I'm so grateful and thankful that you're all out there and you're all supporting me and sending me the kindness and the good energies that you do. If I can help you in any further way, in a more personal way, please contact me either through Angel Messenger, through my Facebook page. I would love to do a personalized reading for you and see how all of these intense energies of these eclipses that are happening this month and how that might affect you in your chart. So until next time, love and light and many, many angel blessings.